Hey folks, out in motorcycling world. I don't know if this is going to work at all. I'm going to take a shot here. I've made a number of videos on my little YouTube channel, and most of them have been about cars and car racing and racers that I've interviewed at the races along the way. And I just thought I'd take a minute, because I've been a long time motorcycle rider, lifelong motorcycle rider, and give you a little update on my latest acquirement. My wife and I, in 2016, drove our Ducati ST2 out to California. We took off for 3 weeks, and on the way back, turned over 190,000 miles, and got back home and realized that thing's pretty cozy for two people, two up, for a long distance. So I started looking around for something maybe with a little bit more elbow room on it, and I had a chance to ride one of these, and I found up in Ledgewood Cycle Exchange in northern New Jersey at their dealership a pretty nice bike. Let's take a look. This is my 2011 Ducati Multistrada 1200S Touring. I love this bike. I wish they had made something like this 30 years ago when I was back riding God knows what, my Suzuki 750 and all. But anyway, this bike has a pretty nice little story. The guy had two white Multistrada 1200s side side. One was a 2010, and that bike was stock. This one was right next to it, 2011, and this one was not stock. Whoever traded this bike in, or however they acquired it, the guy that had it before me did a great job with nice, tasty little touring upgrades that I will show you right now. Let's start with the smoked windscreen. I think I found that online someplace. It's like 125 bucks. And that, of course, came on it. Moving down, the Ducati high intensity lights. Those things are great. Very nice. Never had headlights like that on a motorcycle of mine in the past. He put a 12 volt power outlet on the handlebar. I am not a Waze app plug in your phone kind of guy, but it's on the bike and it is nice. He also put on these little rubber pads that go really well with the $500 Sargent seat that came on it. He put on the Alt Rider polycarbonate water pump cover and a billet aluminum slave cylinder for the clutch. And that is not a stock shifter. I don't know where he got that or how he got it, but it is definitely not stock. All right, moving along. The bike, of course, came with the hard bags, which are wonderful. It also has an aftermarket dealy-doo to hold the sprocket on. It's a nice piece. Billet aluminum machined. It has an Alt Rider aluminum luggage rack, and I tell you what, you can fasten anything to that luggage rack with bungee cords. He put on an LED flashing little taillight assembly with the yellow blinkers built in on a shelf inside my garage, because I'm not real crazy about the way it looks. Was my carbon fiber rear fender. And also this bike had Alt Rider crash bars on it, which I still didn't care for the looks of those much either, so I took those off. He had changed out the horns and put a different horn in there, and I wasn't really crazy about his horn, but the location is just about all you can do with it. And I bought those horns for 10 bucks at the Porsche swap meet, and they are quite loud, so I like those a bunch. He put the twisty throttle lock dealy-doo, and I don't use it a whole lot because we ride back roads pretty much exclusively if we can, so having the throttle held open for me is not that big of a deal. I put on those really nice little levers, and those things are sweet. And these grips. So pretty much that's it. All right. So anyway, like I said, this bike was sitting on the dealership floor alongside the other one for me to check out, and this bike came with all of the service records from Fast by Faraci down in Willow Grove, warranty work, and valve adjustments, oil changes, and blah blah blah. But the thing is that makes my bike so special to me, and I'm sure you folks realize that even back in 2011 this unit was 19,000 bucks, but it had 40,000 miles on it. And I think that scared some folks away, because of course there's two ways of looking at that. They're like, oh my god, 40,000 miles, this thing's ready for the boneyard. Or 40,000 miles, well, if anything was gonna go wrong with it, it probably already has. And I took a chance and I bought this bike for $6,000. And I have put on, in 20 months, I have put on 29,000 miles. And it is just a wonderful thing to ride. I just can't quit putting gas in it. I've done minimal work to it, a couple of chains, you know, blah blah, brake pads. I rented a kit a month ago, and from Ducati Tool Rent, and I took everything apart and I adjusted the valves, and it's quite a good kit. That's, like I say, you can go to Ducati Tool Rent and check it out. The guy has a very concise little kit, full instructions and the whole shebang-a-bang if you want to adjust your valves yourself. It's a bit tedious, but also you can buy a lot of gas for 1,200 bucks. So that's my 2011 Ducati Multistrada 1200S Touring, and I'll tell you what, sports fans, I love this thing. So I'm going to put this up on my YouTube channel. Hope somebody will see it sometime, and if you do see it, by all means, put a comment up there. Be nice to hear from you, and tell me what you ride. All right, take care, folks. Bye.